10 things I wish I knew before starting Fortnite. Sometimes, I wish I would have known some tips and tricks before starting Fortnite. I bet all of you have also felt the same at a certain point in your Fortnite journey. There are many mistakes most players make when they first come into Fortnite, but these, in my opinion, are mild when you first start out in-game. It could definitely seem kind of daunting and challenging to pick up at first, but the more you play, the more you realize it's not that hard. So, what are the 10 things I wish I knew before starting Fortnite? Hold on, I'm going to share these secret Fortnite tips with you in this video. If you guys are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, definitely hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of upcoming videos. Number 1. Landing in the safe spots. The number one mistake that I think most players who first start out in the game make right away is not avoiding other players who are landing in major locations where there are many other people. Now, obviously, you're not going to know every single place unless you're watching some guide videos or something like that. You're not going to know these places. You're not going to know where the hot zones are. You might be able to kind of figure it out. It's a big city, there might be a lot of people there because there's a lot of potential for loot, so you might want to stay away from those areas. While you're just learning the game, you want to avoid landing near other players so you can make the game somewhat slow at first. Later, landing near other players will help you hone your skills and make you a better fighter. Number 2. Looting at a rapid pace. Mistake number 2 that I think people make is looting too slowly or taking too much time. To sort through your loot is very helpful to have in mind, like what you're looking for and what you want to get. And then, also, like having these various weapons slotted correctly, it helps to slot your items in the same slots every time you can. Obviously, get used to how to switch between them very easily. Basically, you're trying to create muscle memory and show like, oh, if I hit this button, I'm going to switch to my shotgun. And as a result, you become more efficient and increase your reaction time. Now also along with that comes in key bindings, and that's worth exploring. You must explore different key bindings, try different things, and see if anything else might work out a little better for you. Number 3. Going to good loot spots. Number 3 is totally dependent on how much you play this game and how familiar you are with the locations. And this is something that you're not going to obviously know when you first come into the game. It's going to take some time to get to know. People don't go to key places to get loot. You have to have a game plan. You got to know where the things are, where you can go, and you don't want to land out in the middle of nowhere with a shack where you're going to get a pistol and like barely any ammo. And that's it, and you've got different ways to walk before the city. You get to a city and it's already looted or something like that. So you got to have a game plan, know the locations, and know loot routes. You must know these paths that you can form, know where you're going to go. Number 4. Gathering enough resources. The number 4 thing that I put down is not gathering resources. It is very important to gather resources. You will need resources to build, and it's very important, like it's 100% vitally important. Because there are other players who are amazing in building and will build way faster than you. And if you cannot compete with them a little bit, you're going to die every single time. If you have no resources or not enough resources, you won't be able to build. You need to gather something, especially if you don't have anything towards the end, because you're going to need cover. It's very important to have cover because people will whittle you down to nothing. And if you don't have coverage to protect you, you're definitely going to die. Number 5. Mastering the art of building. The number 5 thing that I put down is not building appropriately or barely building, which goes with number 4. Some new players rarely ever build as it's somewhat foreign to them to really do, and it's not necessarily all that easy at first. The number 1 thing that I recommend when it comes to this is figuring out if the key bindings that are default will work for you. If there are better things that you can do to bind different key bindings to make them work to your advantage and to give you like a more natural feel. The quick building process is essential in this game, and it will make or break you in a match. Also, building too high or building very rich structures can result in you getting shot out of the sky and falling to your death. And so, you don't want to build like massive structures or really weird structures or something like that. You want to build very efficiently and be smart about how you build so that you don't get shot out. Number 6. Using appropriate weapons. For number 6, I put not using the appropriate weapon in certain situations. Using a shotgun at long range isn't going to work for obvious reasons. You can get a couple hits on them or something like that, but it's not going to work necessarily. And then the reverse is true, not using a shotgun in a closed quarter situation, but instead using something like a sniper rifle. And that's not bad, but those can cause problems. Sometimes it might be all you have, and it's your only option, obviously. But it will be very hard to achieve a kill with something that isn't suited for a specific situation. Now, obviously, that's not saying that you can't do it. Obviously, some people are freaking amazing at using sniper rifles and getting new scopes of clothes and things like that. But obviously, for a new player, that might be kind of hard to do. Number 7. When to engage an enemy. Number 7 is one that you don't know when it's best to engage an enemy. You know, if you're not good at long-range shots or something like that, obviously you don't want to engage the enemies until you get closer. You don't want to reveal yourself, and so they turn around and they shoot at you. You should get into a really good situation where you can engage them. Even if you're an amazing shooter in games, you might have a hard time with accuracy in Fortnite. This isn't PUBG or COD or any other game. Fortnite is a unique game and has a unique playstyle. And learning how to properly handle the various gun mechanics is hugely important. And so you know, not being aware of how various weaponry works are always going to, negatively play against you. But that is something that you will also learn over time. Number 8. Being aware of surroundings. Number 8 is not being aware of your surroundings. It's actually one of the best tips, like be aware of your surroundings. Situational awareness is the best thing you can learn in this game, because not being aware of your surroundings is a common mistake that people make. Not being aware of where the storm is and where the storm is going, or not being aware of your surroundings in general. Having situational awareness is key in this game if you want to survive. You should have the ability to hear and listen and know where people are, but not knowing where the storm is or how close it could also result in your time and demise. There are many things working against you here, and you are only able to survive in the storm if you do it right. Number 9. How to land effectively. Number 9 is a pretty big one, and one that a lot of people allude to a lot. It is when they don't know how to jump and glide effectively to hit their location correctly. What you want to do is win in Fortnite, so you should be the first person on the ground in a specific spot in order to get the loot before others do for various obvious reasons. Making it to the area first can result in you easily taking anyone else out who might land there because you have the weapons already. It's also very important to dive straight down in some situations and then glide into locations. Sometimes it's best to hit things at an angle, or sometimes it forces you to do different things based on how the bus route is going. So you can control your flight very well and even right into specific spots. Number 10. Awareness of ammo and reloading. Number 10 is important for beginners who are mostly not aware of their ammo count or like reloading. So keep an eye on your ammo and your reloading. You should have a weapon that has ammunition in it. You don't want to be trying to shoot at somebody when you got nothing in it. If you have a weapon that doesn't have the appropriate amount of ammo, it can obviously result in your death. This plays right into being accurate with your shots. But obviously, you can't always control that situation, especially if your nerves are running wild. So when you first start on the game, it is best to learn to control all of these things. Take it easy, take it slow, breathe, and relax. You might not be able to do it right away, but it will come in time. Reloading and keeping an eye on your ammo is an easy thing to do though. So guys, that's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below what you think are some of the biggest mistakes that people make, or if you have any tips that new players should know about. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon for the latest updates. And don't forget to like and share this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.